Okay, so here we are again, and this is an answer to Bill with his question that he'd been asked. And what we have here is we have a set of data, and these are trailers that have arrived, and this is the date that they arrived, and here we have the date that they've been unloaded. So if they're unloaded, then we get the clear, which is the blue conditional formatting. However, if the date here when they arrived is greater than 2 days ago, we want these to be formatted in red. However, if we have another set of trailers arriving on a different date, when we have the date of today and the difference is between 1 and 2 days, we want it color coded yellow, and anything where it's less than 1 day, we want it color coded green. Now the issue with the conditional formatting is when we refer to this cell here, if we refer to it as absolute, which we need for it to copy down to all of these, then when we paste all of these across, it doesn't work because we've referred to that particular cell. Likewise, if we refer to that particular cell with just the row locked, that's fine if we copy it across to here because it still refers to the row locked and the column was relative, but when we copy it down to here, it then doesn't work. So what my solution is to create a user-defined function, UDF, called arrival date, and the arrival date looks at the cell that I call this function from. So that's where I use application caller function. So application caller means the cell that I'm in currently. Now you have to do this rather than using selection or active cell, because if we use selection or active cell, then whichever is my active cell, that will go to the left and to the top. Okay, so what we're doing here is with the VBA application caller, we're saying end XL to left, XL up, and the values. So if I'm in this range here, in other words, the function is in any of these ranges here, it goes to the left and all the way to the top, and it finds the date. Over here, it goes to the left and to the top and finds the date. From here, goes to the left and top and finds the dates. I did try and do this using the current region, and it didn't work for some reason. I'm not quite sure why, but the left up does work fine. Okay, so how did I actually use that? Well, I simply went into conditional formatting and applied 3 rules. One for if it contains something, some text. So if it contains any text, then we simply color code it blue. Otherwise, if it contains the date, and there's my user function. So if it's today's date minus the user function, which finds out the date in the top left hand corner, is greater than 2, then it becomes red. And if it's just greater than 1, then it becomes yellow. And what I've done is I've put stops on these functions as well, so if it finds that one, if it is greater than 2, it'll stop anyway. It won't bother going through all of the functions. Okay, so that works fine, and if I just simply take these and delete, in fact I'll just do clear all, and I'll come down here and I'll clear all of that as well. And you'll see that now if I simply copy that function, not function but range of data, paste it across here, provided I leave enough space. So you've got to leave enough space here. It must be a single cell, and equally if I paste down below, there must be a single row empty. So that then works fine, and if here I now change this date, so that would be the 2nd of the 7th, and this would be the 3rd of the 7th, and then down here we've got today. Okay, I hope that's been useful, and once more, there's the function, and thank you for listening.